It's already boring.
Don't be so negative. It's just the beginning. It's gonna pick up. Just be patient.
Hope it's not some old silent film. I can't hear a thing.
Yes, you can hear the wind a little, if you listen.
Somebody see something?
I see a dump. There.
Hi all, and welcome to the National City Library Movie Club, where we watch and review movies on a weekly basis for movies that we've watched on our Hoopla database. Hoopla is a streaming service that's similar to Netflix, where you can stream at any time movies that they have, and it contains not only movies, but audiobooks, comics, ebooks, and music. And the great thing is, unlike checking out a DVD or Blu-ray from the library, you can all stream the same movie at the same time without having to wait for any physical item to have to be checked back in. So from here, I'll pass it on to Mickey.
So the National City Movie Club is an interactive club where you guys can actually join in with us through Zoom. The login information is posted on our website at www.nationalcitylibrary.org. If you enjoy what you're seeing, please hit the like button, subscribe, and join us every week. So for this week's movie club, we have...
I'm Merv Jensen, the senior librarian.
Maria Marmolejo, circulation supervisor.
Mickey Vidalmo, literacy coordinator.
I'm Alex New, the information technician.
Now let's talk about this week's movie. It's called Rubber. And Rubber is a rated R film from 2010 that takes viewers on a journey that follows the main character, a tire, from coming to life to learning its powers to utilizing those forces to wreak havoc. And Rubber was directed by Quentin Dupieux and stars Steven Sinella. So what did the group think about the movie?
It's interesting because the main character is a tire, and the movie does start with it being very, I almost want to say abstract.
Yeah. Avant-garde.
I thought, the first scene was very like art housey.
Yeah.
Almost pretentious.
Yeah, so I thought, okay, well, we'll see how this goes. I guess I'm going to be in a certain viewpoint from seeing the first, how the intro was. But then it does, I don't know. A lot of the times I was putting the tire as a person rather than being a tire. And Robert. It just comes off as like being a creepy tire with anger issues almost.
Yes, that's how I took it. And
It
it
was a
was
little bit stalkerish.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's interesting. It's definitely different.
It was hilarious at the same time when they had this audience viewing what the tire was doing at all times, and it just seemed ridiculously funny.
Amazing. He just blew up a bottle without even touching it.
Really? Let me see.
That's odd.
Looks like he has telepathic powers.
You mean psychokinetic?
I don't care about the right word.
Yeah. I think that's the mood they were going for. But I thought they did a pretty good job, like putting human qualities on the tire. There's that scene where it's looking in the mirror and having flashbacks of its life, quote unquote life, and actually with the music going on in the background, it actually is pretty effective at portraying it as something more than just an inanimate object.
Yeah, I think another part where they showed that was where it's like, it's kind of like it's learning how to walk, it's learning its powers, so it like tests itself with the plastic bottle.
Yeah, something small, and then it starts to.
Yeah.
But what I was really pretty impressed by was, and made me think about as I was watching, is how they got the tire to do the movements they did. Whereas like I was looking for some type of wire, some mechanism that made it move. Yeah. And it's like, when you see it coming to life and it's shaking in the ground, or just like you see some scenes where it's just rolling, and I don't think you could achieve that same shot if you just like push the tire down.
Yeah, and it's in the beginning it's wobbly, you know, because it just became animated, and so you know it's kind of like learning how to roll. And yeah, I was kind of wondering like how do they achieve that? Because it would go one way to
Yeah,
curve the other.
it made me think of like Star Wars and BB-8. It's like, maybe this guy
Oh yeah.
went over to Star Wars afterwards.
Sure. The effects were really good too, I thought. Certain parts of the aesthetics where the tire is just having its way, I guess you could say. They did a really good job at making things look realistic.
Explosions.
Yes, explosions. But in terms of the plot, what did you guys think? Because it is very. It almost felt like it was like 3 different stories being told, but they don't really line up.
Right. I mean, you have like obviously there's like the A line and the B line where
Mhm.
you have the tires point of view and then like the audience, and they kind of match up towards the middle where there's some bridge to it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like they're pretty separate, I would say.
Just on the comments that the audience was making towards it, that they consider it, like Mickey said, in a way thinking it was human, and the choices that Tyre was making, and you know, it was just hilarious to see, and some of the comments that the audience were commenting on it, it just took it to another level, I think.
Yeah, I think they're supposed to be like a stand-in for us, where we kind of would ask these questions, but they're asking it for us, and that was kind of
That is what it was. Yeah.
little. I thought at times it could be a little bit too surreal, but then as they try to explain, there's no reason for any of this. So.
Yeah, and how it began kind of really set off like the main theme for the movie. Just there's no reason for any of it really. It's just what it is what it is kind of thing.
You probably never gave it a thought, but all great films, without exception, contain an important element of no reason. And you know why? Because life itself is filled with no reason.
Yeah.
I think if you could get past those first 5 minutes of the movie, then you'll enjoy the rest. But if not, you should probably stop there.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I did watch this a while back, but I didn't really recall any of it. So it was kind of like watching it for the first time for me again. And I don't know, I enjoyed it. It's a fun movie on my perspective.
It is a fun movie. It actually made me think a lot, like I guess in a deeper level, in terms of like what is the point of the audience, and also what is the point of the tire coming alive and how it's reflecting, and you know, even just the whole purpose of the movie. I was thinking like, what is the main point they're trying to portray?
At one point they say like, you get the guy on the phone and he's like, yes, master, I'll do that tomorrow. It's like, well, who is it? You know, who is this organizer and what is this purpose? Because there's like, they're doing it for some reason. It's like a social experiment.
There's a lot of plot holes and it leaves us to kind of fill it in, I felt.
Yeah.
Well, there's meant to be no reason for any of it. I thought maybe that guy could be kind of like a stand-in for a movie executive, you know, because at one point he's like taking money out of the audience's pocket and, you know, feeding them poison. At least, you know, metaphorically, that's what I was trying to come up with.
That's the part that got me a little confused. It's like, okay, where does that play into the whole movie? It just didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I guess that's what it was supposed to do, not make sense with it.
Oh, I think someone's trying to join in.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Did you watch it?
Oh, yeah, this is my 3rd time.
Oh.
It's a testament to how much he likes it.
Exactly, yeah.
So what did you think?
What did I think?
After watching it 3 times, what is your opinion on the movie?
I mean, technically, like a technical aspect, it works, but it goes to show, like, for many that, you know, just go ahead and try to make your movies, because something as simple as a tire that's alive, yeah, go for it, you know? it's possible. Dreams are possible.
Yeah, well, I know, like, I was reading up on the Wikipedia, and this was showed at the Cannes Film Festival, and even there, they got really positive reviews from it. So it's like, yeah, you could have just this complete wackadoo storyline that, no one would really go for, but if you put the effort in, people will enjoy it. I liked it.
Mhm.
Exactly. Like, I mean, the first time, obviously, people are like, "What is this?" Like, nobody has no idea where it's gonna go. But then, yeah, it's difficult to explain, basically.
So how did you find out about it, or how did you hear about it, like when you first watched it?
First time I saw it on Netflix, and I did more research about it. And judging by the description, I'm like, no way, that can't be the story. Like, is it really the story? Like, is it a killer tire? Does it have eyes? Like, what's going on? And then after watching it, it literally is just a rubber tire, like, just basically on a killing spree. But then you have to then people. I guess that's the attraction, but there's a subplot of, I feel that they never explained, which is I guess, assuming there's a tourist company, but they feed them the poison, but it never really explained that aspect after 3 viewings.
Damn, what's going on?
Damn it to hell!
What's happening to us? They poisoned you. The turkey was a trap.
A trap?
Someone shoot your audience!
Oh, don't worry, ma'am. They're not gonna get away with it. I'm still here.
Yeah, there's those potholes. Yeah.
Hmm.
I was
Surprising.
how the guy in his hotel room. That was a big turkey.
I know.
Tuna tartare.
Exactly.
Yeah. There was always this like awkwardness that was with each character.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, for example, like, it seemed like half the cops were aware, but not aware. For sure, the captain was aware, because he tried to do the whole reveal, like, look, it's not real, shoot me. But then, yeah, they did just walk it off, and then the tire's alive again. Like, it's just so many tangents. Like, it's just it's a good template for a student film. Like, if they just write your idea and just film it, see what happens.
True.
So one of the things I was mentioning earlier was, like, I was pretty impressed with the shots they did where the tire's just, rolling down the road and making these different turns and movements. And it's like the whole tire's in focus. Like, there's not a spot that's missing. So you can't say, like, oh, there's something pushing it along. How do you think they did something like that?
See, that's, like I said, technical wise, they did well. Like, for it, number one, it's all practical effects. There's no CGI. Great, pretty good cinematography and photography, focus, like you said. But extremely difficult. Like, you can try to pinpoint if they had strings or if they were rolling it, but they did really well, as in trying to get it to stop on a dime and then make it turn. I don't know if there's a possibility of CGI, but I don't think they have the budget for that. Like, for example, you know how in theater they have the black suits, the ones in the stagehands, but they're in leotards, or a green screen. But there, multiple viewings, multiple angles, they were able to stop the tire or move the tire seamlessly. So that's impressive, and I've tried to research and see behind the scenes, but it's very rare. There's not much.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That would be something to kind of look. I mean, I know you probably did an extensive work on searching, Tommy, but find out how they did that.
Behind the
Do
scenes.
some research on it.
Because at least in Sesame Street you see the strings. or like the Muppets. You know.
Good representation.
Oh, man.
All right, okay. Well, so next week we'll be discussing Bella's Pastor. It's a picture which is rated R, a film from 2018 about 13, the ability to turn into a dinosaur and using it to fight crime and ninjas. All the movies featured here are on Hoopla. If you have a movie suggestion for us to watch in the future, please email us at library@nationalcitylibrary.org. Please only suggest movies that are on Hoopla. Don't forget to join us on the movie club every week by logging onto Zoom with us. Login information is on our website at www.nationalcitylibrary.org.
And to access Hoopla on your computer, go to the library website and click on the Hoopla link. It'll be right there, right in the middle. Click on the Get Started Today, and you just got to enter an email, address, password, and library number, library card number. If you don't have one, you could apply for an e-card on our website as well. And then you could just start streaming from your mobile device, your smart TV, Apple, Android. And yeah, it's very accessible. And yeah, if you don't have one, definitely, if you don't have a library card, definitely apply on our website. So thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you guys next week.
Bye.
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 Come on. Stop acting like this is real life. I'm telling you, we're done. There's no one watching anymore, okay? No use going on. Stop. Finished. We're packing in.